Hi, my name's Jessica. I'm a 200-hour RYT, Baptiste trained. I'm going to take you through a quick flow, hip opening flow. There's going to be some twists. All right, let's get started. We're going to start lying on our backs. And just get as comfortable as you can here. And just let this body start to melt into the mat. You can let the arms rest wherever you find comfortable. Relax the jaw. If the eyes aren't closed, go ahead, close the eyes. And just start to deepen the inhales, the exhales. And in yoga, that breath is going to flow in through the nose, out through the nose. And with each round, just find yourself in a deeper variation than the one before. This is a meditative breath. You're using this breath to relax the mind, relax the body, so just surrender to that. And when we do start to bring movement, you're going to want to try to keep this deep breathing for the whole entire practice. These inhales and exhales are going to guide you from pose to pose. You're going to use them to help maintain your poses and also using them to deepen your poses if you choose to do so, but never compromising, never holding. And then from here, you're just going to start to bring small movements by wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. And then eventually broaden the movements by rotating the wrists, pointing and flexing the feet. And eventually arms are going to reach up overhead, pointing the toes down, coming into a full body stretch. Just be mindful that the shoulders aren't creeping up towards the ears. And then let's hug the knees in and just take a few rocks from left to right, just starting to iron out the lower back, waking up the spine. And then coming back to center, we're going to set up for a bridge pose. So we're just going to release the soles of the feet down to the mat. Feet hip distance, knees hip distance. And then bring the arms alongside the body, palms facing down, and you should just be able to barely graze the heels. Flatten the lower back to the mat, roll the shoulders into the mat, and then you're going to draw the belly button down towards the spine. From here, you're going to exhale all the air out, and then you're going to inhale, lift the hips up. Keep the shoulders broad for this first one. Press firmly into the feet, steer the shins and the kneecaps forward to get length through the thighs. Make sure the knees aren't flaring open. See if you can lift the hips up maybe a little bit higher. Good, then let's bring the hips down. Stretch the left leg long, and then you're gonna hug the right knee and flex the feet so all 10 toes are angled up. Melt the shoulders into the mat, and then start to draw the right knee towards the right armpit. And we'll just take a few breaths here. Hip stretch, hip opener, keeping it gentle. Then we'll stretch the right arm out to the right. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to cross the right leg over to the left. Be mindful to keep the right shoulder blade down. Gaze might come out the right fingertips, but you're lengthening with those inhales. Twist with the exhales. And then let's bring that right leg back to center. Bring the grasp behind the thighs, straighten the leg. Push through that right foot so much that all 5 toes are angling in towards the face. Roll the shoulders into the mat. You can stay here or maybe start to draw that right leg in closer towards you. And remember, push through that right foot. Gentle, nothing forceful. And then you're going to step the sole of the right foot down to the mat. Step the left foot next to the right, setting up for your second bridge. So again, feet hip distance, knees hip distance. Arms alongside the body, palms facing down. Flatten the lower back, roll the shoulders into the mat. Exhale all the air, and then again, you're going to inhale, lift the hips. You can stay here. If you want to take it further, you're going to start to walk the shoulders underneath you. But again, you want to make sure you're not letting the knees flare open. Steer the shins and the kneecaps forward to get length through the thighs. Make sure that you're not bearing too much weight on the neck, or any weight at all. And then let's release the hips back down. This time, stretch the right leg long, hug the left knee in. So same thing here. Flex the feet. Melt the shoulders into the mat, and then start to draw the left knee towards the left armpit. So again, just finding a gentle hip opener, a gentle hip stretch. Keep the deep breath, keep the jaw relaxed. Then we're going to stretch the left arm out to the left. Take an inhale, then again, you're going to exhale, cross the left leg over to the right. So again, be mindful, left shoulder blade staying down. Gaze might come out the left fingertips, lengthen with those inhales, twist with those exhales. Perfect, then let's bring that left leg back to center. Grasp behind the thigh, straighten the leg, push through that left foot. So again, melt the shoulders into the mat. You can stay here, or maybe start to draw that left leg closer. Relax the jaw, breathe into the back of that left leg. Then rebend the left knee, step the sole of the foot back to the mat, step the right foot next to the mat. Setting up for your final bridge. Arms alongside the body, palms facing down, flatten the lower back, roll the shoulders into the mat. Exhale all the air out, and then you're gonna inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. This time you're gonna bend the elbows and bring the fingertips up towards the ceiling. We're gonna come into what's called a supported bridge. See if you can get the hands underneath the hips. It's gonna lift up the hips a little bit higher. Walk the elbows underneath. Then from here, we're gonna find a quick shoulder stand. Right leg lifts up, left leg lifts up. Hands are near the small of the back. You're gonna start to walk them up towards the shoulder blades. Take a breath here, and then a quick plow. Keeping the hips high, you're just gonna hinge at the hips. See if you can release the feet above the head. If the toes touch, they don't have to, but if the toes touch, push through the heels. Another breath here. The hands are on the small of the back, release. Using your core, not momentum, you're gonna slowly roll down and rock right up into a Baddha Konasana. So you're bringing the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Lead with the heart. Shoulders broad. Good, then let's bring the torso back up. You're just gonna cross the ankles, roll over the knees, and find yourself in a tabletop position. So you're bringing the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, fingers widespread, hands flat. And then we're just gonna flow through some cat-cows here. So as you inhale, belly drops down, gaze comes up, open up the heart. As you exhale, looking down and arching the back up. Just breathing and moving at your own pace. Whole inhales into one pose. Whole exhales draw you into the next. Build heat in the spine, movement in the spine. And then let's go through one more cycle, meeting with that flat back. And then once you have that flat back, you're gonna spread the fingers wide, flatten the hands again, engage the core, step both feet straight back for your plank. Push the heels back, stretch the crown of the head forward, shoulders are broad. From here, you're gonna push the mat away, lift the hips, drop the heels, and find your first downward facing dog. And then go ahead and make whatever movements you might need here. Walk the dog, three-legged down dog. Remember, your practice, your choice, your body, always listen to it. And then finding that neutral down dog, really establish your down dog. Push the mat away with hands. Lift the hips up and back. Heels are drawing down. They don't have to touch them up, but they're drawing down. Heart center's pressing towards the legs behind you, and armpits are rotating in towards one another to broaden the shoulders onto the back. Keep all that the same, but you're going to inhale that right leg high. Take an inhale, exhale, right knee to the nose, really arch the back up. Softly step the foot through. Check your alignment. Foot is in between hands, knees over ankles, and then you're going to sink the hips, float up onto the fingertips. Really push the left heel back, shine the heart center forward. Get as long as you can, and you're going to keep that length as you move. Let's take an inhale. As you exhale, straighten the right leg. Inhale, bend back into it. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten and hold for a few breaths here. Work the hips back. Stretch the crown of the head forward. Check in with your left hip. You don't want to flare it open. You want to keep the hips neutral. Lead with the heart, not the nose, keeping that spine nice and long. And then let's lunge back into the right knee. Pause for a moment here. Then you're going to release the left knee, flip to the top of the foot, sweep the arms up for a low lunge. Arms are framing out the ears. Rotate the knees in, move the hips forward. If you want a little bit of a back bend, go ahead, bring the gaze up. Just keep the arms in line with the ears. It's going to make sure you're not craning the head too far back. Relax the toes. And then you're going to release the hands down. You're going to stay on the fingertips. Work the hips slightly back, and then you're just going to sneak that right foot back. Plant the hand. Strong foundation, that right hand. Rotate the right pinky down, and you're going to stretch the left arm long. Push through the heel. Reach through the fingertips. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Arch the back up. Inhale, stretch it long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale it long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale it long. You can stay here, or you're going to bend the right knee, reach back with the left hand, catching the foot or the ankle. Make sure you're maintaining that strong foundation in the bottom hand. Gentle opening in that left shoulder. Strong breath. And then with control, stretch everything long. Just the left hand down. Tuck the left toes. Lift the hips. Three-legged down dog. So left heel's releasing, right heel's reaching. From here, you're going to bend the right knee, open up the hip. But try to keep the shoulders squared off. You're still pushing the mat away. Stay here, or as quietly as you can, you're going to flip your dog. So left toe's going behind you. Hips are high. Reach those right fingertips like you're trying to touch whatever in front of you. Bring the gaze back down. Come back into your hip opener. Take an inhale, exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrists, and again, softly step the foot through. Check your alignment, foot in between hand, knees over ankles, sink the hips, float up onto the fingertips, and then inhale it up, high lunge. Left heel's pressing back, lunge into the right knee, sink the hips, bring the hands to the heart without rounding out the back. You're gonna hinge, left elbow, right thigh, and then find your crescent twist. Use the left elbow into the thigh to help your twist. Push the palms together to help your twist. Steer the heart towards the thumbs. Your left heel's pressing back. Lunge into that right knee. Lengthen as you inhale. Twist with those exhales. Relax the toes. Exhale all the air out. Then you're going to inhale. Bring it back up. Crescent lunge. Open it up for a warrior two. Push the mat away with that back foot. Lunge into the right knee. Steer the knee towards the pinky toe. Reach through the fingertips. Exhale, right forearm, right thigh. Stretch the left fingertips forward. Left arm is in line with that left ear. Rotate the pinky down. Rotate the rib cage, left rib cage open. Make sure you're not caving into that right shoulder. Circle the left hand down. Pivot off the left heel. Reach the right fingertips up. Left heel's pressing back. Lunge into the right knee, sink the hips. Bring the right hand down. Bring the right foot over to the left wrist. Knee behind the right wrist, come down to the left knee. Flip to the top of the foot. Pigeon pose. Make sure the hips are sinking down equally. Look back, make sure the toes are pointing straight back. If you're feeling too much of an opening, foot closer. You want to feel more of an opening, shin more parallel. Lengthen the spine. You can stay here. You can walk down to the forearms. You can walk all the way down to your sleeping pigeon. Your choice. Find your comfort. Relax the jaw. If you're down on the forearms, make sure you're not sinking into the shoulders. And another moment here. And then from here, just walk the hands up towards the right shin. If you need to bring the foot in closer to make room, go for it. You want to get a strong foundation in those hands. Tuck the left toes, lift off the knee, and you're just going to step the right foot back. Plank. Knees, if you need them, lower halfway down, chaturanga, pin the elbows and breathe. Flip to the tops of the feet, up dog. Thighs and legs off the mat, sink the hips, open up the heart. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And then we'll inhale the left leg high. So right heel's releasing, left heel's reaching, push the mat away equally. Take an inhale, exhale, knee to nose, squeeze the thigh and arch the back up. Softly step the foot through. So again, check your alignment, foot in between hands, knees over ankles. Sink the hips, float up onto the fingertips. Push the right heel back, shine the heart center forward. Keep that length as you move. Let's take an inhale. As you exhale, straighten the left leg. Inhale, bend into it. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten and hold. Work the hips back. Stretch the crown of the head forward. Remember, you're leading with the heart. Keep the shoulders broad. Keep that right hip pinned in. Good. Now let's lunge back into the left knee. Right knee releases. Flip to the top of the foot. Bring it up, low lunge. Arms are framing out the ears. Rotate the knees in. Move the hips forward. If you want to back bend, go for it. Just make sure you don't feel any pinching in the lower back, and if you do, back out. Keep the arms in line with the ears. Relax the toes. Release the hands down. Stay on the fingertips. Work the hips slightly back, and then you're going to kick the left foot back. Plant the hands. Get your strong foundation. Angle the left pinky toe down. Engage the core. Right arm long. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Arch the back up. Inhale, stretch it long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale it long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale it long. Stay here or bend the left knee. Reach back with the right hand, catching the foot or the ankle. Again, gentle opening in that right shoulder. Make sure you're maintaining that strong foundation in the bottom hand. Breath is deep, intentional. With control, stretch everything long. Just the hand down. Tuck the right toes. Lift the hips. Right heel releases, three-legged down dog. So again, right heel's releasing. Left heel's reaching. Then keeping that left shoulder pinned in, you're just going to bend the left knee. Open up the hip. So left knee's reaching up towards the sky. Another breath here. Stay here or softly find the flip dog. Make little or no noise when that back foot lands. Lift the hips. Breathe. Gaze back down. Come back into your hip opener. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze the thigh and arch back up. Softly step the foot through. Sink the hips up onto the fingertips. High lunge when you're ready. Again, arms are framing at the ears. Push the right heel back. Lunge into the left knee. Sink the hips. Bring the hands to the heart without rounding out the back. Hinge. Right elbow, left thigh. So if you notice, my shoulders are stacked, my elbows are stacked. That's kind of what you're going for. Push back through that right heel. Lunge into that left knee. Relax the toes. Good. Let's exhale all the air out. Inhale, bring it up with control. Open it up, warrior two. So again, you're pushing with the back foot. Lunge into that left knee, steer the knee towards the pinky toe, reach, get as long as you can. Exhale, left forearm, left thigh. Right fingertips forward. Get as long as you can, all the way from that back foot, reaching out those right fingertips. You want to feel a stretch through that right side body. Pinkies rotating down, rib cage is rotating open, and maybe use that left forearm to kind of steer the knee towards the pinky toe. Good. Circle the right hand down. Pivot off the right heel. Left fingertips up for a twist. Lengthen with the inhale. Twist with the exhale. Left hand down. Pigeon pose. Left foot over to the right wrist. Knee behind the left wrist. Come down to the right knee. Flip to the top of the foot. Again, make sure those toes are pointing straight back. It's going to help protect the knee. Hips sink down equally. Long spine. Stay here. Or find the forearms. Or come all the way down for your sleeping pigeon. Just again, make sure you're not sinking into the shoulders. Relax the jaw. A few more breaths here. And let's walk the hands up. Make room for those hands. Get that strong foundation. Tuck the right toes, lift off the knee. Bring the left foot back. Plank. Knees if you need them halfway down. Hold. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And right leg rises. This time you're going to take right knee, right elbow, pause, lizard pose. Take the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Make adjustments if you need. Left heel's pressing back. Don't let that right knee flare too far open. Sink the hips, open up the heart. If you can maintain open shoulders, maybe come down to the forearms. Relax the jaw. We're just going to take another breath here. And let's come back up onto the hands if you're on the forearms. Turn the right toes open. Step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Again, sink the hips, hands to the heart, lean back, lengthen out Vinyasa. So you don't want to be caving into this. Make sure you're not caving into the arches of the feet, long spine. You can stay here, I'm just going to turn around for you, or right fingertips down, left fingertips up. Just make sure the knees don't start to cave in. Reach, stay here, or right arm around the shin, left arm around the back for the bind. If you lean forward to catch the bind, lean back, roll the left shoulder open. Good. If you're in the bind, arms long, hands to the heart, take a breath. Hands down, hips high, bring the feet at least hip distance. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale the arms out and up, joining the palms. Bring the hands to the heart. Interlace the fingers. Strong foundation in that left foot. You're going to catch the right knee. Breathe, relax the toes. Left hand to the hip. Your choice. You can keep the knee, or you're going to take the two peace sign fingers, catch the big toe, straightening the leg. Wherever you are, left arm out to the left, right, whatever you have, out to the right. Breathe. Turn on those leg muscles wherever that right leg is. You're going to try to keep it where it is. Release. Bring the leg center. Step the right foot next to the left. Reach the arms up. Sit back. Chair pose. Tuck the tailbone. Bring the hands to the heart. Keep the spine long, hinge. Left elbow, right thigh. Make sure the knees are staying together. If the knees aren't together, the hips aren't together. Again, use the left elbow into that left thigh to help your twist. Hip creases work back. Crown of the head's reaching forward. Let's exhale all the way out. You're going to inhale, straighten the legs, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold and plant the hands. Walk or float back. Flow through. Or take it right to down dog. Once you're in your down dogs, other side. Left leg rises. Take an inhale, exhale, left knee, elbow, pause. Lizard pose, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Sink the hips, push the right heel back, open up the heart. Make sure this left knee isn't flaring open. Stay here, or come down to the forearms. Relax the jaw. And again, maybe the eyes close, bringing that gaze inward. If you're on the forearms, find the hands. Turn the left toes open, right foot to the outside of the right hand. Again, sink the hips, hands to the heart, lean back, lengthen up. Staying here is an option, or left fingertips down, right fingertips up. Get as long as you can. Stay there, or left arm around the shin, right arm around the back. Find your bind. Remember, if you lean forward to catch the bind, see if you can lean back. Make sure you're not caving into the arches of the feet. Really roll the right shoulder open. If you have the bind, arms long. Hands back to the heart. Take a moment here. Hands down, hips high. Bring the feet at least hip distance. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale the arms out and up, joining the palms. Hands to the heart. Strong foundation in that right foot. Interlace the fingers. Catch the left knee. Find your balance. Bring the right hand to the hip. You can keep the knee or catch the big toe, straightening the leg. Right arm out to the right. left, whatever you have, out to the left. Relax the shoulders. Relax the breath, wherever that left leg is, whether it's straight or bent, keep it where it is. Hands to the heart. Bring the leg center. Step the left foot next to the right. Arms up. Sit into your chair. Utkatasana. Tuck the tailbone, engage the core. Hands to the heart. Hinge. Right elbow, left thigh. Make sure the knees are staying together. Knees in line, hips in line. Work the hips back. Crown of the heads reaching forward. Exhale all the air out. You're going to inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold and plant the hands. Walk or float back. Flow through. Or take it right to down dog. Once you're in your down dog, again, you're going to inhale that right leg high. Right foot to the outside of the right hand. So we're coming into what's called super shoulders, so soldier. Hands can stay down, or you're gonna come down to the forearms. If you're gonna try super soldier, come down to the forearms. You're gonna come, see, there we go. And then you're gonna start to tuck the right shoulder behind the right calf. Walk the left foot in, left hand, moving around for you. Left hand is gonna come out to the left. You're gonna stay on the fingertips. Bring the left knee up, and you're gonna bring that left heel towards the right butt cheek. Right hand is gonna catch the right foot. Start to straighten the standing leg. Left knee up towards the ceiling. Drop the head, super soldier. Take a breath here. Release with control. And you're gonna step the left foot down. Center yourself. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips. And again, you're gonna find your chair pose. Hands to the heart. Turn to face you. Strong foundation, that left foot. Right ankle on the left thigh. You're gonna start to hinge, and then you're gonna twist to the left. Bring the hands down, so right foot is on the back of the right arm. Lift the hips, move slightly forward, bring the left foot off the mat. Grasshopper, set it down. Hands to the heart, hands down, hips high, drop the head. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale the arms out and up, joining the palms. Fold right through on your exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold and plant hands. Again, walk or float back. Flow through. Or right to your down dog. Other side. Left leg rises. Lizard pose, left knee to the outside of the left arm. Release the foot to the outside of the hand. Sink the hips. Staying here is always an option, or you're gonna come down to the forearms. Give you a different view this time. Left shoulder behind the left calf. Get a foundation with your hands, and you're gonna float that right foot forward. Right arm is out to the right. You're gonna lean into the left foot. Right foot's gonna leave the mat. Right heel's reaching towards that left butt cheek. Catch the foot with the left hand. Start to straighten the leg. Right knee's reaching up. Head drops down, you're looking back. With control, you're gonna release. Bring the left hand down, bring the right foot down. Find your foundation. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Chair. Hands to the heart. This time, strong foundation, that right foot, left ankle, right thigh. Hinge, twist to the right, left foot to the back of the left arm, hands down. Lean forward, lean into it. Right foot leaves, kicks out to the right. Breathe. Rebend that right foot down, left foot down. Maybe find garland. And then butt down. Feet together, knees wide. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bring the torso up. Step the feet to the mat. Catch the two big toes. Heels off the mat. Straighten the legs as best you can. You're going to keep the legs and the torso right where they are. Release. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder. Keep the chin away from the chest. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lower to a hover, chin away from the chest. Inhale it up. Exhale, hover, use control. Inhale it up. Exhale, hover, hold. Stretch the arms long. Breathe. Torso down. Hug the knees in. Take a few rocks from left to right. Come back to center. Bring the arms out to a T or a cactus. Let both knees fall to the left. Right shoulder blade stays down. Gaze might come out to the right. Left hand might come on top of that right thigh. Bring the knees back to center. Release over to the right. Same thing here. Keep that left shoulder blade down. Gaze might come out to the left. Right hand on top of the left thigh. Bring it back to center. Hug the knees in. Roll yourself up into a tight little ball. Hug yourself. Thank yourself. And then just release it all into the mat. Finding your final pose of Shavasana. Let it all go. Let intentions go. Thoughts go. Let the body melt into the mat. Let the mind melt away. Give yourself the gift of nothingness for these next few moments. And then just starting to bring small movements by wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. And then broadening the movements by rotating the wrists, pointing and flexing the feet. And eventually arms are going to reach up, toes point down, coming into a full body stretch, creating the longest you can create. And go ahead, hug the knees in, take a few rocks from left to right. And eventually finding your way onto either side, letting the head cradle the arm, finding your final position, the fetal pose. Breathing in new life here, feeling new life. And then using the strength in the arms to bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Letting the backs of the hands rest on the knees, shoulders relaxed down the back, eyes gently closed. And then sweeping the arms up overhead, sealing in the energy we just created by joining the hands together. And then releasing that energy to the heart center in Anjali Mudra. I want to thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.